I've had quite a few people ask me why I've been quiet lately, on YouTube and in my Facebook group, so I wanted to explain it properly in one place. This isn't a tutorial, and it's not me trying to teach anything today. It's just a real update about why I stepped back in 2025, what was going on behind the scenes, and how it changed the way I think about work, time, and priorities. If you've ever tried to build something while life is happening at the same time, you'll probably relate. Now, let me explain why I haven't been around much lately. I lost my mum a few years back, which was incredibly sad and obviously changed a lot for us as a family. And this past summer, my brother died after a long battle with cancer. I'm not going to go into heavy detail, but I do want to acknowledge it because it is a big part of why I slowed down. I'm not looking for sympathy at all, it just genuinely shifted my mindset. I've always been an advocate for working hard and being productive with my time. That has been my default for the past 6 years. But this year, I took a big step back from pushing my businesses and focused more on family, relationships, health, fun, and making memories. It's not that money doesn't matter. It does. It just stopped being the main thing. And if I'm honest, I really needed it. Because over the last few years, my workload has been increasing and I simply couldn't maintain it. Every part of what I do has grown, which sounds great on paper, but the reality is when you have multiple platforms and multiple projects, you never really switch off. Even when you're not working, you're thinking about what you should be doing next, and it's very draining. My life was becoming a never-ending list of tasks. So 2025 became the year where I tried to reset and find the right balance for my family and also for my peace of mind. Right at the start of 2025, I wanted to focus properly on my health. When you've been around illness and death, it really makes you think differently about your own body and your own time. I didn't want to just drift through the year tired, stressed, and unhappy. So I started training 6 days a week, and not just your casual cardio or bodybuilding. I wanted to get really, really fit, and I signed up to a fitness competition, which is basically endurance plus strength, a lot of running, a lot of pulling and pushing, and it required structure. That took up a lot of time. 2-hour sessions, meal prep, eating properly to fuel the training, recovery, all of it. But it gave me something back that I didn't realize I'd lost, which was mental clarity and enjoyment. I got into the best shape of my life and completed my first High Rocks event in May. I was genuinely proud of completing the event, even with a small knee injury. On top of that, earlier in 2025, I also faced redundancy from my job of 11 years working on the railway. In the past, I've been open about wanting to leave one day and focus more on scaling my businesses, but by the time this actually happened, my perspective had changed. The burnout that I was feeling was not because of the railway job. That job is easy and I enjoy it. The burnout came from everything else that I was juggling around it. So when redundancy came up, the thought of losing a stable, enjoyable job and then having to rely on managing all these businesses and platforms full-time did not feel exciting to me. It honestly made me feel a bit miserable. Plus, working from my laptop at home all the time seemed unsociable and lonely. But I did have a choice. I could take the redundancy money, which was about £30,000, that's about $40,000, or I could move into a similar role at a different depot. I chose to take the job. It ticked the boxes, same enjoyable work, same money, longer shifts, but less days, and I moved across with some friends from my old depot. So win-win. I started the new job in April, so there was a transition period, new shift pattern, new people, training courses, settling in, you know what it's like. But I'm very glad I did it because it gives me zero stress. And I think that's something worth saying out loud because a lot of people think that the dream goal is to quit working for someone and be your own boss. But if you earn good money, enjoy the work, and it supports your life, it can actually be the best decision to keep it. You may have heard me joke in the past that when I go to work on the railway, I get to rest and reset my brain. Question: do you like your main job and what is it? Let me know in the comments. Another thing that happened this year was I finally finished parts of my home renovation that I'd been putting off for years. After a family holiday in May, we came home and went straight into a kitchen renovation that took about a month. And if you've ever had work done in your house, you know what it's like. There were periods where I had no electricity, so no internet. I had to answer questions from the builder and the kitchen fitter, make decisions constantly, deal with deliveries, make tea and coffee, All the little stuff that seems minor, but drains your whole day. This also took time away from KDP, YouTube, and everything else. And then later on in the year during the summer, my brother's health deteriorated further. He was moved into a hospice, and I tried to spend as much time with him as I could. When you're going through something like that with family, it changes your capacity for everything else. Even simple tasks feel really heavy. After he passed, even though it was expected, it still takes time to process and grieve properly. And that's a big reason why I wasn't around much online and I wasn't in the right headspace to go full force on my businesses. In previous years, I would have been going all out preparing for Q4 from August onwards, but this time I just didn't have it in me. I did a bit, but nowhere near as much as I normally would have done. So yes, that absolutely played a part in the drop in sales and the drop in results. I take full accountability for that. One thing I will say though, and this isn't me trying to make a point out of it, I'm just being honest, is I was grateful that the business didn't completely fall apart while I focused on life. I wasn't pushing it, I wasn't obsessed with growth, but it kept ticking over in the background enough to give me breathing room when I needed it. I was lucky enough to earn royalties over $50,000 for 2025. And that's despite my lack of effort and even with the Amazon royalty cuts. I don't know many business models that keep the money coming in when you're not actively present. With KDP, you can earn money semi-passively once you've put the effort in creating and getting the books published. And that's something I don't take for granted. The good news is, outside the loss of my brother, I felt happier than I have in years. I've remembered how to enjoy life, and that means spending time with family, making memories, and most importantly, being present. I started this money-making journey when my partner was pregnant 6 years ago, and my goal was always to provide a secure life for my family and not to feel trapped. Thankfully, we've reached financial freedom. And the weird thing is, once you reach it, the challenge becomes learning how to slow down without feeling guilty. It's hard to not chase the next thing. You know, you're constantly moving the goalposts. I want to earn this amount, then I'll be happy. And then it's a bigger goal. And it's like, when I get there, I'll be happy. Then you reach it. And then you set yourself another goal. And that's been a constant battle for me because I'm so driven. And it's hard to rewire your brain from always chasing the next thing, scaling, to enjoying what you've worked hard for. Now my son is 5, he deserves so much more of my time, and it's been wonderful to build a strong relationship with him, especially in this past year. I know I only have about 6 or 7 more years with him before I become uncool and embarrassing for him to hang out with. So I'm trying to be more intentional with my time now because I know I won't get those years back. As I said in my last video, for 2026, I don't know how consistent I'll be with everything, and I'm not going to sit here and promise a perfect schedule. But I do want to make YouTube videos more often because I enjoy it and I enjoy helping people with KDP related stuff. Last year, I only uploaded a handful of videos, so I would like to improve that at least in the first half of the year, and then for the rest of the year, I'll play it by ear. I wanted to share this because I think it's important to be honest about the quieter years as well as the good ones. Things don't always go to plan. Life throws things at you while you're building anything, and sometimes stepping back is part of doing something for the long term. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I promise I'll be back to business in the next video. Take care.